Actually, understanding vision and the most basic things about what the brain does holds the secret to understanding what it is to be human. Not just what we see, but how and why we see it. The reasons why businesses tend to get themselves into a pattern of behavior is because they focus on one side of innovation. They focus on the efficiency side, which is about having rules and having a system. And that's a brilliant idea if the world didn't change. But the other side of innovation is creativity. And so if a business is to be successful, it has to have both. To help businesses change, you actually have to work with people. And you have to get them to actually see their individual lives differently. Not just how they live within business, but how they live outside the business. And then they'll bring that back to the business. One example is the power of diversity. If everything I'm doing is grounded in my assumptions, then my next behavior is actually quite predictable, and it's predicated on those biases. My space of possibility then is constrained and actually is quite narrow. By increasing the diversity of a group, so even if it has a lower average IQ but a more diverse background, what happens is you increase the complexity of the search space. And we know from mathematics and from perception that the most likely best solution is in a more complex environment, a more diverse environment, if done in an ecology of cooperation. This will be coming on Facebook post, I'm sure, in the next couple of minutes. In order for a company to shift, fundamental to that is to understand why they exist. And companies, because again they focus on efficiency, they'll focus often on useful but not meaningful questions, like who, what, where, and when. But they don't focus on why. And when you have why, you have a principle, and from that principle you can then adapt. Which is why when I speak to companies, I'm not actually speaking to the company, I'm speaking to the individuals, because you need to hit them at a personal level. Because if you really want a company to change, you need to change the people within it. You could have individuals who are trying to step into uncertainty, which is the fundamental first step in order to do something differently. But if they're in a context of competition, that is an incredibly dangerous space. And the first behavior, the first natural response if you step into uncertainty in a fearful environment is to continue to do exactly what you did before, because you'll go to a place of familiarity. In order for that to be a positive step, you have to change the environment, the culture, which celebrates that possibility of stepping into uncertainty.